I would expect the exact same thing. As soon as this level 2 attack's almost done, I'd like to see a oh, it looks like he's going to do it now anyways, and able to focus down all the Hydras with his mutas. Amazing. And that amount of Hydras, he just tanked it with his mutas and killed every single one. And all those roaches of Mike Cookies are going to become absolutely useless as the mutas just slowly chase them across the map and slowly just kill them from the air.
Yes, the roaches won the battle on the ground, but lost the battle in the air, and unfortunately Mutalisks can shoot at air units and ground units, both, not simultaneously, but they can still do it. So unfortunately for those roaches, it's going to be the end of their life, and now a substantial number of Mutalisks out here for SCSaampson.
But don't be mistaken, we do have about 15, no, I'm a little bit off, but around 15-ish Hydralisks out for Mike Cookie, which should be plenty to deal with these mutas. I would be very surprised to see Sampson sack any of his mutas to try and kill these
Hydras.
Hydras.
Those mutas just barely going to escape, one of them getting picked off from the back there. I'd like to see a little bit of a drone transfer over now that the third base for SCSaampson is done. But he's still not completely saturated as natural. It's definitely looking better. Also, the saturation of Mike Cookie's natural is definitely also looking better. I'd like to see Mike Cookie move out and take a third as well. He does have this macro hatchery in his base, so he's going to be able to put out a lot of units. He might instead be trying just for a really, really heavy two-base push, try to push back right on SCSaampson before he can get that third base economy really rolling.
Definitely a good idea on his part, but he needs that third base. He is going mass Hydralist to deal with these mutas, and 4 gases, you just can't afford enough. He needs to get that fourth or third base, and there it is again. Same thing that happened last attack. Sampson's Mutalist just making quick work of the Hydralist. But this time, Sampson's Roach army is also greater than Mike's, and he is just going to come out way ahead on the ground and in the air after that battle. And this could be a really, really tough spot here with Mike Cookie only have 5 Hydralists left, and that's about all he has to his army.
Things are definitely not looking good for Mike Cookie. He has another queen getting picked off. These Mutalisks coming in here trying to harass this hatchery just a little bit. And here come the queens pulling down from the main, desperately building a few roaches, trying to stave off this huge roach army that SCSaampson has macroed up. Killing those extractors on the right, going to really hurt those Hydra production, but this looks like this could be the end of the game. Looks like a huge army really from SCSaampson, going to be able to really dominate anything that Mike Cookie has at this point.
But it does look like Sampson is going to pull out, which maybe he's just waiting for reinforcements. I'd be very shocked if he gives up on his attack now. He is so far ahead right now, he could grab every base on the map, more or less. He is in such a good position. He has this guy contained to 2 bases, even though Mike Cookie did somehow sneak a third. I'm not sure how he snuck a third with these mutas around, but it looks like he might get it up, and if that gets going, he could be in a very, very good position. And we do have a second economy hatchery or macro hatchery in the base, excuse me.
Oh my goodness, yes, Mike Cookie throwing down a 5th hatchery on 3 bases, not even really saturating his third base at all yet. And something that you'll see a lot at these platinum levels, at your gold levels, at not quite tip-top diamond play, is people can sneak expansions, and if you don't scout that can really come back to bite you later in the game. If like for instance, if SCSaampson doesn't really push hard here and really finish off Mike Cookie really resoundingly, that third hatchery can come back to really bite him in the butt in the end of the game, because if he can macro up enough, he can really catch back up in this game really quickly without Sampson really noticing it.
Yeah, we do have a very large army by Sampson here. 173 food versus only 109. Almost overwhelming him by 70 complete food, which is massive amounts of units. I couldn't see, unless Mike Cookie had some Gosu micro that I don't know about, I couldn't see him holding off this attack. And here it comes right now. It looks like this could be the game-ending push right here.
A lot of roaches, even a few Zerglings getting in on the action. Looks like Mike Cookie is displaying his troops in parade rest formation here outside of his macro hatchery, just chilling out, waiting for the inevitable attack. And here it comes. All those units streaming in, going to be pulling back a little bit, trying to defend those extractors, trying to defend those drones. It looked like for a second Sampson was going to go towards that third, but it looks like he's just going to pull back. He knows he's ahead. He knows he's ahead in this game. Just going to pull back, do a little bit of harassment, and then pull right back, scare Mike Cookie into building some more units that he really would probably wish to be drones at this point.
It looks like Mike Cookie is getting the Spire. I wouldn't be shocked to see if he gets Corruptors, just because he's so scared of this air army that he needs something to tank the damage from the Mutalisks. But if he doesn't, I don't know. He has no gas. He's so gas starved. He hasn't picked up the gas on his third base, and I don't know the macro
of SCSaampson really coming through here as he's beginning to take a fourth base all the way over on the left. His main is a little mined out. Probably could have taken that fourth base a little earlier, but his third is completely saturated now, and the saturation at Mike Cookie's third is just abysmal. And now it looks like these two armies may be meeting here in the middle of this right flank on Metalopolis, just as they have so many times before in this series. Mutalisk doing a lot of damage. A roach surround from SCSaampson, really good. A lot of roaches from SCSaampson, just being tearing through that ground army.
Oh, and just so many Mutalisks. Just like every attack so far has gone this game, it looks like SCSaampson's Mutalisks are just going to overwhelm the air and the ground, and it looks like this is going to be the final push right here. I don't think Sampson's going to pull back this time. I think he knows he has the game in the
One
bag.
investor dying without enough energy for fungal growth might not have made much of a difference anyway, and here come the roaches going to be able to kill that hatchery, going to be able to kill that Evo chamber, and just walk right in here to the main.
Yeah, that is the GG by Mike Cookie, and after 4 games, the series is tied 2-2. Am I correct in saying that, Raj?
Yes, definitely tied up 2-2 now. Mike Cookie taking the first 2, and now SCSaampson coming back with the third and the fourth games in a resounding fashion, in a more macro-focused game. Those first 2 games were very short. We saw some Zergling Baneling play. We saw some heavy roach pushes from Mike Cookie, and now we've seen some good 3-base Mutalisk play from SCSaampson on some of these, on Jungle Basin and on this Metalopolis game. So very interesting. The longer games seem to be favoring SCSaampson now as the series is tied up. Of course, this is a best of 7, so the players are going to have to get to 4 wins in order to win this tournament. And so we'll, with no further ado, Myers, let's go right into Game 5 and see how that turns out, okay?
Sounds good.
All right.